Principal Place represents 6 years of incredible work between Foster's, Brookfield and Concord, London.
My name is Grant Brooker. I'm a director of Foster & Partners, with the architects and lead designers for all aspects of this extraordinary project. This is an extraordinary area. Shoreditch, it's the new city. It connects so many different parts of London, and it's a magnet for many different companies. We've been working in this area for almost 30 years, building and developing in and around the city. But right here in this place, with the market buildings, the old Spitalfields Market, which we've rebuilt with Allen & Overy's headquarters, but surrounded by a whole new type of market, trading, an incredible attraction in London. So it's amazing to be here, this close to the city, and building for the first time residential space, really right in this vibrant heart of Shoreditch.
My name is Richard Amlott. I am the Development Director for Brookfield Properties, who's worked on this Principal Place scheme for the last 5 years of my career. But in truth, the project's taken in excess of 7 years of hard work from our design team and the people who originally envisaged this development right from the beginning. We have behind us the most amazing building, which is occupied by Amazon. They have 5,000 of their employees here now, a complete vote of confidence for both the area, the scale and the quality of the development. It's not just the 5,000 Amazon employees that we have here. We have the vertical community, which consists of 6 really good restaurants, bars, which support that, from Camino, which is a Spanish tapas bar, through to the Light Bar and Market, which will be arriving here early 2020, delivering first-class dining for the people that work here, but also the public, and this new part of public realm and space created right on the border of Shoreditch and the city.
This building is about connections, how you connect to the plaza, how you connect to Shoreditch, how you connect to the different types of work types and places that happen here. It's a very special location. It took a very special occupant to come here to realize those advantages. The structure, and you can see it sort of all around you, even here in the lobby spaces, has been completely expressed and it's totally exposed. So really what you see is what you get. And we wanted that industrial aesthetic. It's very important to the market, to the areas around here, how they connect to the past. And the feeling here was we wanted everything stripped back. It's a very long building, and it's broken into a series of smaller parts, and they are themselves broken down by giant atria courtyards that come right the way through the building, so the daylight penetrates right the way down into the heart of the space. And the same here with the lobby. You can almost read it as one continuous slot of very open and accessible space, that bringing daylight through here at ground level, and then at the upper levels with daylight coming down through the courtyards and the atria. The plaza, the step courts, the garden spaces, just the same as this lobby area here. They're all the glue that holds this new sequence of buildings together. It makes it a very special new district, a small place in itself within Shoreditch. The contrast between the two buildings is really important. On one side, you have the much heavier matte metal with its heavily expressed structure and shades of the office building. And on the other side, the much lighter, more finer grain and texture of the residential tower. But the two languages, in their shading and their profiles, the use of glass, they talk to one another, so they're related. How any building touches the ground, connects to the spaces around it, is incredibly important. And so here we have the entrance to the tower directly behind me. And the scale, the generosity, the transparency of that place with its curved glass corners, essential aspects of the design. The lobby in any building it's a really important part of the address. And again, it's vital that it connects absolutely directly into the plaza, and a very key part of the building and how the building is seen and how the tenants, occupants of the building, how they actually enjoy the space. So one part of that is how we brought all the amenity spaces of the building to a floor just above the lobby, so they're really part of the plaza too. So we have the pool, the bar, the gymnasium, properly connected to the surroundings. So that connection, the connection that we want to make between this very special lobby space and all those wonderful kind of amenities, is all carried out in this one stair. And the stair became a really interesting element in all of the composition here. Just a floor above the lobby, we created another space. We use it as a bar, another kind of social amenity for the building. Perfectly located, just above street level here, easy to kind of walk in and through. So you feel when you're in any of these parts of the building, directly connected to the outside, to the people in the streets and the places that surround the building, which gives it this, I think, a fantastic energy, and hopefully will give people a real joy of the experience of being in the gym or in the bar, in that pool, just seeing the people and the life that surrounds them, and feel that that really belongs right in the heart of Shoreditch. It was an extraordinary opportunity for us to be invited by the client to actually design not just the entire complex, but to be able to design the interiors. And that gave us the opportunity to create what we felt would be a contemporary home in the middle of the city. The setting gives you London. You couldn't see more than you see from the windows of these apartment buildings. So the detailing, the feel, the generosity of the island spaces, for us reflect what a kind of a calm, urban, sophisticated setting should be. And that's really what we've tried to realize throughout all of the interiors of the building. Ronnie and I have worked together on this project for the last 6 years or so, and Ronnie and his team have been responsible for the absolute detailed evolution and delivery of every aspect of this building.
The project was designed inside out, and looking at the aspect of the details we put and all the effort we've done on the project to maximize the floor plate efficiency, we have managed to give every apartment a panoramic view. So if you walk to any single apartment, we don't have any mullion to interrupt those views. So in order to give high floor plate efficiency, we have designed everything with great care, so all the wardrobes end up being flush with the walls. We have a strict tolerance which is around 1 to 2 millimeters, and we were maintaining this on site. Our kitchens and our flooring materials were selected carefully, so we have 2 palettes for each of the apartments. We have the light and the dark, which we call the champagne and the caviar. On the selection of the dark palette for the dark kitchens, we had to go for copper at the beginning, backsplash, but then given how the copper reacts with time, we couldn't select the material itself, so we had to go into a new research which took a lot of time around the year to find stainless steel, colored stainless steel, where the pigments go all the way through the material itself to cover that, so in case you scratch it, it stays, to give the same effect and to maintain the design intent we were after. One of the hardest elements was how the interface of the facade will meet the fit out of the building. So in order to maintain that flush, the mullion itself flush with the wall, we had to work on all shadow gaps all around. The facade itself moves in different directions than the wall. The wall itself follows the building movement. The facade moves differently because it takes all the wind load, and that gap also goes all the way around, and then we have also the blind box, integrated blind box following the same shadow gap that we have around.
One more aspect of the project which is incredibly important, and it's really at the heart of its creation, was how sustainable can it be? And really driven from our client, how he would make that work. It's this incredibly generous space, which brings everybody, workers, people who live here, people who are just passing by, enjoying the restaurants and cafes and bars that surround it. And that life comes right into the heart of this project. And that's part of the sustainable core of the development. Its accessibility, its openness, our ability for the buildings to breathe, how the air passes through them, the way they share energy. Every single aspect of the project that could make it greener has been done. But of course, key to all of these parts is developing this abandoned, lost part of London and making it a rich, new urban environment and a really essential part of the new city.